I told you the bigger Anthony Joshua was better. He comes in at 255 under Derrick James. 255. Looking excellent. Excellent. Jermaine Franklin comes in 234. He lost about 20 some pounds, but you still see a humongous size difference. And I'm just now buying it when Jermaine Franklin was at the press conference the other day saying he could sense Anthony Joshua wasn't confident or some uneasiness. He said he would say things about himself and then look down. He's reading too much into that. And then some smart guy seemed like a fanboy in one of the somebody's platform I commented on. I said I sense the opposite. I don't sense that. And some guy said, "Well, you can't sense anything through a screen." I said, "Well, it's kind of interesting. You're telling me what I can do through a screen. Got to think before you type on me, you know." Anyway, I don't get the sense at all that AJ lacks confidence. Why would you? Dude is what, 6'6", 255 in total shape. Dude was chopping down trees. Jermaine Franklin says a lot of things. He's talking a good game. He's saying that he knows how to switch the fight if, it's going one way. If AJ looks happy, he knows how to switch it. If AJ looks roughed up, he knows how to switch it. He knows how to do things and angles and all that. I don't like cliches, but what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. So it all sounds good, but once that big 255 connects on that chin, that game plan's going to go out the window along with the sweat beads. I just don't see how he's going to take that punch. And sure, Jermaine can swat too, but I don't see him hitting AJ with anything he hasn't been hit with yet. I mean, the dude's got the best resume in the heavyweight division. He's fought Klitschko, Povetkin, Dillian White, Dominic Brazil. I mean, he can punch. Not one of the best, but these are guys that can punch. So I don't see what Jermaine. I was thinking late stoppage. I think I even said 10th round, and that's fascinating that AJ predicted he would win in the 10th round. I don't know if he's going to start slow and try to drag it out to get in some work or just what, but I think AJ is going to stop him in 3. I just don't see how Jermaine can take a punch from a man that size. That's asking a whole lot of him. Even Jermaine was talking about the amateurs aren't fair now because they'll match someone in their 170s against a guy that weighs 230. He said it's not fair. So size does matter. He can try to put that in the back of his mind, but he kind of already exposed that, size does make a difference. And if size didn't make a difference, why did he lose some 20 some pounds or whatever to get down to a certain weight? Because he felt he'd operate better at a lower weight. I guess he wants to be able to move around and get out of the way of those punches. But looks like the game plan of AJ is to come in and just knock him out. Prove a point to the rest of the division that he's not finished. And we might have seen different results against Usyk if he came in at this high weight. I know everybody's talking about he needs to lose muscle and this and that. Y'all don't know what you're talking about because when he was winning, he was heavily muscled. He lost one fight to Ruiz, and you could tell something was wrong with him when he came to the ring. So it had nothing to do with his muscles. And if he got tired when he, was smaller. He was tired then. So he got tired in the Klitschko fight. When you're boxing, you're going to get tired. Newsflash. I don't care if you're featherweight, middleweight, or whatever. Newsflash, you're going to get tired. But you have to know how to control yourself while you're tired. And I think under Derrick James, he's learned how to pace himself, and Derrick James is teaching him a lot of things. I saw an interview with Derrick James, and he said he didn't want to give him too much at once. He wanted to kind of build it gradually and save some things for future fights. So I think they're a great team, and AJ just seems like he's got the game face on. Someone mentioned to him on an interview that Derrick James was impressed with his work ethic and how hard he trains. And AJ said, "Oh, that's interesting because Robert Garcia said the opposite." So, shots fired. I'm looking forward to this fight. I said before, Franklin is not going to be an easy fight. But the more I look at AJ train, I think it might be an easy fight. So I think it's going to start off, AJ, behind the strong jab because, of course, he's got the reach. I think he wants to test that chin with the reach and see how Jermaine Franklin will operate. I think Franklin will be trying to get on the inside, which is his best bet against the guy with the longer reach. I think he's going to try to get in on the inside and try to land some shots to the body. And we'll see if he can land those shots to the body. Sometimes when you go to the body, you open yourself up for a counter punch. Shout out to Kurt, counter punch boxing news. But sometimes when you go to the body, you open yourself up. So we'll see if he can connect, and we'll see if AJ capitalizes or if AJ gets hurt. This is going to show us where both guys are at. Because if Franklin is able to get on the inside of Anthony Joshua and cause some damage, it's going to be a long night for AJ. And if Franklin pulls off the upset here, then I still say Joshua's not done. He could come back and still have a great career. Look at it. Look at all he's done so far. Like he said, he rescued boxing when it was kind of in the tank. That Joshua Klitschko fight reinvigorated my interest in the heavyweight division. I hadn't really been interested in the heavyweight division since Lennox Lewis, but he sparked my interest. But if Franklin is able to go in there and stop AJ, that's going to flip the heavyweight division on its head once again. And this is probably the best shape I've seen Franklin in. He's in much better shape for this fight than he was for the Dillian White fight. And he's got one thing about Franklin, though, I noticed. He's got to let his hands go. If he wants to beat AJ, especially in the UK, you're going to have to let your hands go. You're going to have to try to make AJ feel something, Not every shot has to be a power punch or you'll burn yourself out, but you're going to have to make him feel something early to let him know, hey, it's going to be a long night. So both guys look tremendously focused. They held the weigh-in at a mall. Looked like a great atmosphere. They got Westfield malls in the UK. Wow, that's all that's down here. Loud trains, but Westfield malls are taking over everywhere, huh? But it looked real cheerful. I wish I could have been there. People acting like AJ fell off. Look at the size of that crowd. He definitely didn't fall off. I don't know where this news is coming from, but he definitely didn't fall off. So I'm picking Anthony Joshua to win in the third round if he can do the things that I think he needs to do. I could be wrong, but I'm usually not. And I say so. As Tyrone Magnus said, I say so with complete humility. Complete humility. I'm rarely wrong. So I think if AJ can implement his game plan, I think it's going to be too much. The dude's just too big and too strong. And AJ said he wasn't lifting much weights in his camp, but biceps is looking crisp. Anyway, make sure to comment, share, subscribe, and all that. LSR forever. And I'll give you my thoughts after the fight. Be fearless. Yay, yay.